Hey, welcome to For the Story, the only Will Smith podcast that's actually not a podcast. It's actually just Will Smith. I'm Will Smith.
And I'm Will Smith. This week, we watched Men in Black 2.
Yeah, fuck. Oh my god, it might as well be. That's so good. That's so close.
I had so many movies that I wanted to do for the intro. I had Men in Black 2. I had Deadpool 2.
Dude, I
had True Grit.
Dude, fucking, oh my god. Men in Black 2. This movie's so much like Men in Black 2. Just like totally pointless. Might as well have had Will Smith in it. We actually watched a little known film. Like seriously, nobody remembers this movie. We watched R.I.P.D. You ever heard of that movie, Ash?
Yeah, sure. It's about the Rest in Peace Department, the internationally acclaimed police force for the undead.
Oh my god, I can't believe, I can't fucking believe this movie. I can't believe you got me to watch it. I can't believe I agreed to watching it.
And arguably, this is the second worst movie that I am recommending for this month, because we are also doing The Tooth Fairy 2.
Which honestly, I don't know which one is going to be more worthwhile. It's very hard to say at this point. You guys are going to have to stick around and find out. I brought a beer for this episode because I'm ready to get mad at this movie.
Yeah. I'm so happy about this. I also have a beer. It has maybe 1,000 words on the front of it, so many so that I'm not sure what the name of the beer is.
Oh, that's cool. I'm drinking a
it's
new
a winter
Belgian
beer.
Oh, it's a winter beer.
Says, yeah, it says like William Shakespeare on it. Tradition.
Wow.
Oldest.
Those are all
blessings
cool things.
of your heart.
What?
Like, this is insane.
It's a holiday themed beer plus William Shakespeare plus Will Smith. It's a Will Smith flavored beer. I don't know, man. Whatever.
You know, it says, you brew good ale William Shakespeare? That can't be right.
Hey, your words.
Hey, you think I wrote this beer?
Yeah.
They won't hire me.
Honestly, you won't hire me, beer company. You won't do it. Also, how do we know you're not just lying, Ash?
Well, because if I was lying, it would have my terrible grammar.
Also,
instead of these guys' terrible grammar.
Also, come to think of it, why would you lie about that?
Yeah.
What do you stand to gain from lying about your William Shakespeare?
Somewhere in my heart, I'll think someone maybe chuckled at something I said and masturbate to it. So,
oh my god, I didn't know that's what you're trying to get out of this.
Like Louis C.K. did it in front of women. I just do it to the thought of people laughing
over the internet.
Yeah, just someone in their car laughing. I'm like, oh no. It's like Will Smith looking in the mirror.
Oh my god,
it's just
right?
instant climax.
Oh man, can you imagine if you ever listened to our opener for this episode?
Oh yeah,
he would be poor guy. He wouldn't stand a chance. Let me just say.
Yeah, he'd just be half climaxing, half writing a blank check to the Church of Scientology.
Oh my god, is he one of those? I didn't know anything about that. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's like freakishly happy all the time. I'm pretty sure he's a Scientologist. Now I feel like I'm lying.
I don't know. It kind of sounds like realistic. You might be totally right.
I mean, that's why he did Gemini Man.
Did what? I don't know what that is.
Gemini Man was a movie where Will Smith is a badass, and his newest enemy has come up, and it's Will Smith, but younger and de-aged poorly.
Oh shit! I do remember this. I remember seeing
this was like
that.
a couple months ago. I'm like, you saw it?
Yeah, I don't think I saw it, but I think this was a couple years ago. It wasn't a couple months ago.
It was definitely earlier this year.
Oh my god, really? This has been a long year for movies. Let me just tell you guys. Oh Christ! So we before we get into R.I.P.D, also known as the Rest in Peace Department, which totally should be a movie that Will Smith is in. It just like reeks. He had to have been in the production team or something. It just like it's so him.
I found a fun little fact. Jeff Bridges' character was originally cast as Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, I actually saw that too. Just some quick Googling, which I think probably would have been better. Maybe I
Yeah.
don't know. Jeff Bridges
we'll
was a
talk
weird
about
pick.
it.
Yeah, it was a weird pick for this movie. It doesn't seem to make any sense at all. But shit.
This is
Yeah. So we're here, but before we really get into that, I think we should talk about some movies that we've watched in addition to R.I.P.D. Even though we've been going pretty back to back with these episodes the past couple weeks.
It's been fun.
Yeah, it's been fun. We're trying to get everything in there and work full-time jobs. You guys all know how it is. But yeah. So Ash, what kind of other movies did you watch this week in addition to the Rest in Peace department?
Oh man, I watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, really? That's
Like
cool.
The original one.
Yeah, that's really
Fine.
cool. Yeah, it's a fun movie. It's a solid one.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's fun. Maybe that's not the word for it, but
No, it's fun. It's
Yeah.
it's silly, I guess.
it's got some silly parts. It's got a whole bunch of people running from a guy with a chainsaw for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, it's, I understand the character motivations. Mostly, I too would run away from a guy with a chainsaw.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's
right
just
there with
pretty
him.
deep.
Really easy to identify with this movie.
And then Fantasy High came back for season 2 on the YouTube.
Oh, really? So
today-
there's
so that-
enough of it to binge endlessly at this point, right?
Well, each episode's fucking 2 hours. So
Oh my
yeah.
god! Wow. How many episodes are in a
it's deep.
season?
16 episodes last season.
Oh my God.
And then they just dropped the new one, and I listened to it at work. It's fucking great. I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys. Everyone likes Matt Mercer. I don't, and this guy is so funny, so good at describing shit. He doesn't talk too much, and he gives everyone a lot of agency while staying within parameters. And just he's got a good cast, and they're silly as shit, and I love it. And I can't speak highly enough about the fact that in an age with too many D&D podcasts, Brendan Lee Mulligan is the greatest dungeon master.
Well,
Of them all.
that's awesome to hear. Cool. I at some point have full intention on getting into this podcast, and I guess it's a YouTube show podcast combo. Can you kind of do can you just listen to it, or is it something you have to watch the show for?
You kind of have to watch this show.
Okay.
I just put it on in the background while I'm at work because I can.
Yeah, I can do that
and
too.
'cause-
Maybe that's a good
yeah.
idea. Yeah. Cool. Hell yeah. Fantasy High. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get into it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll pick it up tonight. I'm off tomorrow, so I'm gonna stay up kind of late and do the thing. I know, everyone. We were thinking about working on some other stuff too tonight, but we could talk about that a little bit later. So for me, did you see anything else before I jump into my stuff?
No, you get going, dude.
All right, hell yeah. I got The Drive. I don't know what happened. For the first time in years, I have legitimate hype for a Star Wars movie. I'm excited to see the rise of Skywalker now. I actually am. And I don't know where it came from. I don't know if I think it's because I saw The Mandalorian. It was decently impressed. I was like, wow, this is actually good. Kind of want to see some more Star Wars stuff. So, of course, I leap right to all the bad stuff. I watched all 3 of the prequel movies yesterday. So I saw them all, and let me tell you, none of them hold up very well. Everyone already knows this, so I don't really feel like I need to drop too many details. But man, they really kind of dropped the ball on those movies, and it's okay. But I also
How are the famously bad sections from those movies? How is the sand scene? How does that play in modern times?
it is even worse now than it was before, and especially now that I have adult eyes, looking at the supposed romance between Natalie Portman and Hayden Christensen, it's painful. It's
'Cause
painful.
you're just Natalie Portman, you can do better. And he's out here going
exactly.
Sand's so coarse, there is no Dana, only Zool.
Yeah, right. Christensen is he's a wet noodle, and I don't even think it's necessarily his fault that he performed so poorly in that movie. I think it's fucking George Lucas. And
of course it's George Lucas.
he wrote these movies so bad, and he directed them so bad, so lazily. It's like an embarrassment. And that romance, Anakin Skywalker is a fucking weirdo creep who doesn't like the only good mentor in his life, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and murders innocent people, and it's horrible. And Natalie Portman's still like, you're a total disgusting creepazoid, but I still love you. It's like,
yeah,
like what? It doesn't make any sense.
It's a Disney movie, all right? It's the president's daughter, and she's fallen in love with the guy whose biggest thing in high school is the fact that he's good at guns.
Is this like he's a supposed
like, yeah, I'm really
plot?
good at she's like, I'm really good at guns. She's like, well, I'm the president's daughter. And
that's exactly the same as the romance in Attack of the Clones. It is fucking awful. It gets a little bit...
I can't believe he shot up the school.
Yeah. It gets a little bit better, and by a little bit, I mean like a fractional bit better. Like tiny bit better in Revenge of the Sith when Anakin's able to see the future, and I'm just gonna fucking spoil it. It's been 15 years. Everybody knows what happens. But and he's able to see the future and knows that Padme is gonna die, and then all of a sudden it becomes like he's conflicted, and it finally adds a level of depth to Anakin other than my mom died and I'm mad, so I'm gonna kill sand people. It's a little bit better, but it's still just lackluster. Trying to cram what should have been 3 movies of good development into a character in like the second half of the last movie in a trilogy just doesn't pan out well. So it's at least a little bit better in the third of the 3, but still lacking.
So his mom dies, but then he has 2 full movies where he ages 150 years and then realizes, oh my god, other people died too? Like, what? he sees into the future and sees that she's gonna die, and that freaks him out. Like, he didn't fucking know?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's...
Like, he's that big of an idiot? He was like, oh, sorry, I was too busy with my guns.
The whole thing is that, like, he has, like, limited clairvoyance, and he sees that Padme is going to die in childbirth. Right. And so Darth Sidious says, hey, I know how to bring people back to life, which is just kind of a lie. Like, he just says that to manipulate Anakin into turning into Darth Vader.
Do it right now.
Exactly. But he's an idiot. It's the thing is that, like, he's very strong, but he's stupid. And so it's like, but most of the characters are pretty stupid in that. So it's like par for the course.
That is consistent with, like, actual Darth Vader. He's, like, pretty dumb.
Yeah, he's just brute force, big, strong dude who can, like, wave his lightsaber around and you know what I mean? Like, he was never supposed to be a master tactician. That's not what he is. And
when I get on a ship and I wave my lightsaber around, I get arrested.
Exactly.
It's not fucking fair, dude.
Exactly. But you're also not a Dark Lord, you know?
I disagree, but...
You're the Dark Lord of this podcast. Let me tell you what.
Oh, God. It's accurate.
It's
real accurate.
So I did that. I also watched The Last Jedi, just because I realized that I had seen The Force Awakens and I had never seen the next one because I didn't fucking care. And it was better than I expected, but still, it's just like...
that was my opinion when I saw it, is it was not that bad. It just was very much not a Star Wars movie.
Very, very different.
Movies are predictably Star Wars, and this one was like a little bit more... I don't know.
It's hard to describe. It went on for way too long. There were like 3 good spots where it should have ended, and it didn't end. And it's kind of like, and also, it's just very not a Star Wars thing. All of the stuff with Finn and Rose on the casino planet was dumb. Benicio del Toro's there. I like the design
of it.
I guess.
I like the design of like, oh yeah, like why don't they go to a thing like that? But then I saw Solo before I saw this, so it kind of felt redundant.
Me too. It was very redundant. It was exactly redundant.
Didn't it come out after?
It did, yeah. It came out a year after. So I guess I'm gonna watch Solo again. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that. 'Cause
Solo.
I saw Solo in the theater. Like on a dare.
Yeah, like we were doing this at that point.
No,
like, why'd you do that?
We decided to go and see it. Me and Sid went to go because we were like, how bad can it be? And there's some pretty bad stuff in there. There's some real hokey shit. It's just like Han Solo is cool, but he doesn't really have a ton of depth. So
that's every character in Star Wars.
exactly. So making their own solo movie about, no pun intended, but making their own, like, you know, adventure, it's like you already know where they're gonna get to. There's like almost no point in fleshing out their backstory because there's not really a lot of there's personality, but there's not really a lot of characterization there. Like,
yeah, because it's a guy who was originally famously played by a guy who wasn't an actor.
and also, like, I don't know, like Harrison Ford is charismatic, but I don't know. They tried to like get an actor that tries to act like he's Harrison Ford, and I just think the portrayal is off. I don't think he like kind of looks like him, but it wasn't the best part.
Harrison
it's very
Ford's
clearly a different
charisma.
character. Yeah,
Harrison Ford has this charisma that is like, I used to be a male stripper, but I'm not anymore.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
acting.
Where it's just like, it's just kind of like this, like, I used to be hot, but now I'm old. Like, that's kind of like the old, candor man. He has.
Yeah.
It's a very weird. We can all agree, though. Star Wars inferior to Lord of the Rings?
I would say so. Lord of the Rings just has
prequels
so much
included.
more consistent world building in the Lord of the Rings. But Lord of the Rings, the characterization is absent, like except for Samwise Gamgee. Like,
that's pretty fair. I mean, you could say the same about Star Wars, but like, would you still say that Lord of the Rings is better if you include the Hobbit films?
I don't know. It's tough to say. It's like the thing about the Hobbit films is that like they're not as bad as the Lord of the Rings prequels. They're just not. They're
Star Wars, you mean?
Yeah, that's what I meant. They're superfluous. They're totally superfluous, and they're way bloated. But they're just these like they're not bad movies. They're well made. The thing about the Star Wars prequels is that they're poorly made. In addition, yeah.
They like for me, it's unnecessarily split up. But the Hobbit movies, at least, are based on like a writer's lore who wrote them without just it being like a cash grab, which is kind of what the prequels were
for George Lucas. Everything went to him.
That blue guy saying "Bata Poodoo" is the most George Lucas thing.
Yeah,
probably on the planet.
The prequels are just such a huge disappointment, and it's like you look at it and you're like, "Why, George Lucas? Why did you think you could do this all on your own? Like, why did he think that?" And you think about it, and out of the original 3 movies, the only one that he directed is Star Wars. And there's like rumors that movie was kind of saved in editing. So I don't know. I don't know what to say, but George Lucas doesn't really do anything except collect royalties on toys. So I don't know at this point, but
that he purchased for himself.
Yeah, exactly.
His mega mansion where it's just like weird Star Wars paraphernalia.
Well, yeah, I don't know, man. It's you know, I can't say anything about Star Wars that hasn't already been said a million times. I feel like the whole new Abrams trilogy type thing that's going on, except that Last Jedi was Rian Johnson, and it's just like it's hard.
Our friend, our dungeon master.
No, not our DM. The director's name is Rian Johnson, who directed The Last Jedi. You can go ahead and look it up. Our DM's name is Rian Johnston with a T.
Oh, okay. I thought that's where I got confused.
Yeah.
You need to pronounce your T's better, dude. That's not on me. I'm not going to take the fucking blame for this shit.
Regardless, so Force Awakens, I feel like, was a good revival of the series. Everybody was excited about it, and it's fun. The movie's not excellent, but it's not bad either. Yeah. And then Last Jedi, I feel like
exactly what we wanted.
Exactly.
It's an updated fucking New Hope.
Yeah, exactly, like beat for beat the same movie, which is what everybody wanted. You're totally right. So, hey, there you go. Quick review of Star Wars. Woo! We're probably going to talk about The Rise of Skywalker when it comes out, but
I don't know. I kind of want to watch Cats instead.
I'm like worried about the fact that we might have to watch Cats.
I've been having nightmares, dude, and I don't want to talk about it.
I've been thinking about it, and it's like, we're probably going to need to. And
just waking up in the middle of the night, turning over, waking up Sid, and going, I'm just.
I think we have to watch.
I'm freaking out. I think we have to watch Cats.
Yeah,
We have to watch
part of it is that we've mentioned it so many times on the podcast already. Like, I'm pretty sure we need to see it. Anyway, we're not gonna worry about that right now. We got some
that's for a couple weeks down the line.
Yeah, exactly. We're talking about R.I.P.D, man. You know, Rest in Peace Department, starring Ryan Reynolds, Jeff Bridges, who the fuck else?
And Mary Louise Parker.
Yeah, the lady from
Kevin
Weeds.
Bacon.
Kevin Bacon's in this, like, all-star cast. Let me just say. But
James Hong, who's
I don't know who that is actually.
Oh, he's from Kung Fu Panda.
Oh man. Well, great. Cool.
He plays Confucius in the last Sharknado. It's About Time.
Oh wow, I had no idea.
He plays the salt shaker in Sherlock Gnomes.
We start getting into this, let's talk about some budget stuff before the 30-minute mark for the first time in a while.
All right. Hey, budget breakdown. I bet you're wondering how we got to this place. Wait, let me take that again. Hey, budget breakdown. I bet you're wondering how I got here.
This is the budget breakdown.
Oh man. Yeah, this is one of those movies, by the way. We'll talk about it.
R.I.P.D. Production budget $130 million.
Oh my
you can tell.
God.
This is one of the most expensive films to come out in 2013. It came out domestically July 19th by Universal, and it has a runtime of 98 minutes, rated PG-13.
God.
It's based on a Dark Horse comic. Sorry, Portland. Anyway,
this is what they have to
worldwide
show
box
for it.
office, $79 million.
Worldwide,
More than half of
$130
it.
million.
To make $79 million, over half of which was international. Yeah, it's only $33 million domestically, and with DVD and Blu-ray sales,
Yeah.
add another $15.6 million onto that.
That's
meaning it
still-
still did not make up its money.
That's disgusting. I see why. Like, I get it.
Do you?
Yeah, I see why it didn't make shit. Because this movie's
I'm sure,
bad.
like-
Finally.
Really?
It's like the redemption we deserved. It's a bad movie that didn't make a ton of money. Like, thank
For
God.
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, but it came in this year of just terrible movies.
Yeah, there
and it
wasn't-
came in at number 84th in 2013. You care to guess what other movies came out?
Snow White and the Huntsman, I think, came out that year.
What did I just do?
I have no idea.
Okay. Sorry.
No sweat. What else came
Nope.
out that year? No, really? What?
Nope.
Fuck.
Didn't-
Was it Alice in Wonderland 2? Came out that
Nope.
year? 'Cause that's a bad one. That probably came out that year.
It didn't.
I'm just gonna say it did. Thor: The Dark World came out that year.
No.
This is 2013. Thor: The Dark World came out in 2013. What list are you looking at?
It came 12th in 2013, as I was saying, until I was so rudely interrupted by you.
Oh. Wait, so we're looking at movies that are... I thought it came 84th.
No, R.I.P.D. came 84th.
Oh, so
Thor:
we're...
The Dark World came in 12th.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, yeah, in that case. Yeah, so Thor: The Dark World. What else? What else came out? What else came out in 2013? That was a bad year for movies.
It was a terrible year.
It was a really
Multiple
bad year.
Tyler Perry films.
Oh man, that's a sure sign. I wonder why 2013 is so uniquely awful.
It ends in 13.
You think? You think it's that
No.
simple?
No.
Fuck, what else? There's probably like... Oh, shit. I remember in 2013, I didn't see a lot of movies. That was just a year that I didn't. So that's probably why I'm not thinking of any. I don't know. You got to give me some hints.
Yeah. All right, let's get into these hints.
Yeah, hit me
All
up.
right. Oh, this is a movie starring Jeremy Renner that I have spoken to you about how bad it looks.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about too. It's the one that's like basically Snow White and the Huntsman. It's like the same idea. It's another like fairy tale that they tried to make gritty and realistic, which is such a terrible idea.
It's not good.
Oh fuck, what was it? Damn it! Give me another hint. It's like on the tip of my tongue.
Trail of Candy. Or
Hansel
Gingerbread
and Gretel, Vampire Hunters, or some shit,
House?
right?
Witch Hunters.
Yeah.
Yes, that is correct. This movie features the actor that we are and our son.
Oh, After Earth. There's a horrible movie for you.
A movie about how to get away with murder legally on a national scale in what turned into like a 12 movie series.
Oh my god. Was it The Hunger Games?
I feel like it's close.
Commit
It's
murder
like
legally on a mass.
There was a Rick and Morty episode that was kind of about this.
Oh shit. Commit murder legally but on a mass scale. It's not The Hunger Games.
No, it's like a...
Is it another one of those young adult novels?
No, it's one night a year.
Oh, The Purge. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, I do remember that. I remember like seeing that one at like a weird time in my life.
Yep, it's a weird movie.
Something about 2013 was just a weird time in my life. So probably because there were no good movies that year. It was weird for everyone, clearly.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
What do we got here? Okay. This movie is a gritty version of Jack and the Beanstalk.
Oh, Jack the Giant Slayer. There's another fucking awful movie. God damn, there's so many bad fairy tale reboots this year. That like 2010 to 2013, they kept doing that bad fairy tale thing. It's awful.
It was really bad.
Why was that a trend?
This one is a movie featuring Johnny Depp dressed up as a really racist caricature.
Johnny Depp, a really racist caricature.
If you need another hint, I'll give you the race that he's supposed to be.
Oh, it was a native. He was Tonto. It was what was it? Oh my god. He was. I know he was Tonto.
You got it.
Yeah, I know. I forget. The wild something or the masked. I forget what the fuck it is.
What class was Drizzt and also Aragorn?
Oh, the ranger, the Lone Ranger, the Lone Ranger.
That's you got it.
Bam! Hell yeah!
Look at me.
Was this the Tom Hanks one?
I'm the captain now.
Yeah, this was a Captain something.
Captain Phillips.
Yeah, Captain
There's
Phillips.
so many movies on this list. I just have to keep going, dude. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, give me some more.
Okay, this movie was so bad that it inspired the Joker.
It wasn't Suicide Squad. That came out later. So bad it inspired the Joker.
Yeah, if this movie hadn't been received so poorly, the Joker never would have been made.
Oh. Was it Batman v Superman?
No, it's not a superhero movie.
Oh, it's not a superhero movie. The Joker would never have been made? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
The Hangover 3.
Oh. What? Oh, because...
Yeah.
Oh, my God, yeah. It's the same director,
literally,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. How weird.
Go
fucking figure.
This film is the prequel to a movie that should have been called Now You Don't.
Now You See Me.
Will Ferrell reprises a famous role where he wears a lot of burgundy.
Oh my God, Anchorman 2. I forgot about that. Jesus Christ, this year was so bad. Well, 2013 is like the worst year for film, apparently. Oh my God.
Dude, we have so many more.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Okay. This movie is the first appearance of Deadpool.
the first appearance of Deadpool?
Wait, this might be a different movie. There are 5 movies with like the same name.
Oh. Was it an animated one?
No.
Oh, because I know Deadpool was in like some animated ones, but
Yeah.
I don't know about any others that he was in.
Oh no. Okay, this one is there's a like a robot samurai at the end of this movie.
Is it one of the Wolverine movies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you tell me which one it is?
It was like The Wolverine, I think it was called.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is. You're killing this, dude.
Yeah, robot samurai. That's a good hint.
This movie was Adam Sandler bailing his friends out of debt too.
Oh my God. Was it Jack and Jill?
Nope, that was 2 Adam Sandlers. That wasn't bailing anyone out of debt. This movie, yes, was bailing his friends out of debt.
Like in the story, or like? Oh my God.
Oh,
it was fucking oh my God, where he gets them all together and I used to talk so much shit on this movie and I fucking can't remember what it's called. It was called something so bad. Grown Ups 2.
I accidentally unplugged my headphones.
Grown Ups 2.
Yes, that is correct.
That is by far, those movies are so horrendous.
Yeah.
Like, not even, like, there are bad movies that are fun to watch. Those movies are just painful. Like, that's not a bad movie that's fun to watch.
No, it's definitely not. What else we got here?
Wait, you want to hear a funny story?
Always.
So, when I was in like, high school, I used to go on really bad dates because I'm in high school and you know how it is, right?
I still do.
Yeah. Well,
suck it, dude.
So I went on this date with this girl who I really liked, but every time we tried to hang out, I just like it wasn't good. Like it was just bad, and it was partially my fault. It was like one of those things where I'd be like, "Yeah, we'll go and do this," and then we get there and it's just like awful. So I was like, "We could go see Grown Ups," because it was the only thing that was in theaters because it came out in like, you know, just a bad time of the year where there was nothing fucking out. And it was another one of those years. And it was so bad that she was like, we're going to walk out of this theater. So we fucking left in the middle of it. And didn't do anything cool after that. Like, it was like we left and then she was like, you should take me home. So it was like that. It wasn't like we left and then had an awesome night where it was all redeemed. No, it was fucking bad. So Grown Ups, I have a specific spot in my heart for my hatred of that movie. And it's also because Adam Sandler's a fucking hack. So
yeah, well, I think that's the theme of every episode. What else we got in here? Brad Pitt returns in a movie featuring piles of human bodies that act as if they're
it's
like
Fury.
You're so confident and so fucking wrong.
Really? He was in a one with a tank, right? Bodies of people. What?
Yeah, like just clumps of human bodies acting like ants.
Dude,
Brad Pitt.
I have no fucking idea.
World War Z.
Oh yeah, okay. There's another bad one. God, was there a single good movie in 2013?
Yeah, there was like okay, so this one,
dude, all of these movies make
good.
Thor: The Dark World look good. That was like the best one that came out that year.
This one, Christian Bale got fat.
Oh, it wasn't the Dick Cheney one. That one just came out. It was
that one just.
Was it American Hustle?
Yeah. That was a decent movie.
That was a good movie actually. Well, at least decent. Yeah, it was pretty decent.
This animated sequel no one fucking asked for.
Animated sequel no one
actually
asked for.
That applies to 2 of these. So
is it Minions 2 or Minions?
Despicable Me 2 was one of them. The other one,
nice. I was close.
The other one, okay, so this one has like a really weird trajectory where the first movie's about people, you know, working, and the second one's about them going to college.
Was it Monsters Inc. 2?
Yeah, Monsters University.
Yeah. Weird. Which was a prequel, which we all know works out great.
Yeah, always.
Yeah, always a good idea to make a prequel.
There are so many other movies in here. I'm just going to list off a couple.
Yeah,
Frozen, Iron Man 3, Man of Steel,
Iron Man
Gravity.
3 was decent. Gravity was
Oz,
decent-ish.
Oz the Great and Powerful. We're the Millers, The Conjuring, G.I. Joe Retaliation, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2.
What? There was a 1? God.
Jackass Presents Bad Grandpa.
Oh, I
Pacific
saw that
Rim.
in theaters.
Oh, This Is the End. Do you remember that movie? That movie was fucking weird.
Yeah, that was a pretty weird one. That was one that people really liked because it was funny, but it was like dumb people funny, I think.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Very much dumb people.
Yeah.
12 Years a Slave, Pain and Gain.
Pain and Gain. I forgot about that one. I saw that one in theaters too.
All terrible. Texas Chainsaw 3D. A new Carrie was put out that year.
Oh, okay. I remember
Scary
that came
Movie 5.
What?
Dallas Buyers Club, Kick-Ass 2, and Don John.
Don John was pretty decent. Interesting. So there were decent movies that came out that year, but few and far between, and only decent. Like, do you know what I mean? There was no except for maybe 12 Years a Slave, which I haven't heard or haven't seen, but I've heard it's pretty excellent.
It's another one of those movies where it's like, oh, it's a slave movie, it's got to be good. When it's just like, no, there are better movies this year.
I don't know about 2013 though. It sounded pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, it might have deserved it that year.
Yeah. Well, goddamn, dude. That's what an unfortunate. That was really that 2013 was a bad year for movies.
Yeah.
We could just chalk that one up to a bad year. I feel like
I looked into past number 100 and it is just fucking nonsense.
Really?
Like all these names, The Incredible Burt Wonderstone, The Big Wedding, The Way Way Back, The Book Thief, Beautiful Creatures, Runner, Your Next Quartet, Admission, Nebraska Parker. These aren't real fucking movies.
Yeah, I've heard of some of them. I recognize some
words.
of the titles, but I haven't seen any of those.
Movie 43.
Beautiful. Our gem. Like, this has got to be like the year that like Hollywood just was so desperate to do anything that they put out Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs too. You know, like that is so far beyond desperation. Like it's just pathetic. So there you go. 2013, bad year for movies. And
luckily we picked the GOAT this year. For this year, for sure the best movie.
This has got to be, so this came 84th out of
in box office total.
Yeah, out of movies in 2013, which is like yikes. So we should start off with some pros, Ash. I'm gonna be honest.
We need to talk about our expectations.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Can I go first?
No.
Oh,
no, I'm just kidding. You totally can.
Okay, so I'm gonna go first then. I expected to at least get a little bit of enjoyment out of this movie. I thought that I was going to at least like something in it. Like, at least something. Just anything. Like, at least like Ryan Reynolds is in it. And I like Ryan Reynolds. At least Jeff Bridges is in it. I like Jeff Bridges. I cannot wait to describe to you in detail how fucking not true any of that was. I didn't get a single bit of enjoyment about this movie. Anything about it. Except the fact that it was short. So I can't wait to describe to this in detail for our listeners how bad this movie really was. Ash, what were your expectations?
Listen, Avery, I'm like one of the elite defensive tackles of movie podcasts. I put my mind...
Don't even, man.
I put my mind and my body on the line to make the team win. All right, Avery.
Your body? What?
Yeah.
Why is that on the line for this? What?
It gave me eczema.
R.I.P.D was so bad it gave Ash eczema.
That or it's genetics. I'm not sure which.
I think it's the movie.
Listen.
All right.
Avery said last month, wow, Jojo Rabbit, The Lighthouse, we've been killing it. We need to pick some bad movies next month.
Oh, yeah.
I went, okay, Avery, we can do that. And then I picked 2 bad movies. I knew they were going to be bad. I knew that Avery was going to yell at me. My ears would bleed, and I'd be sad a little bit. But you know what? It's always worth it. So my expectations were no matter what this movie brings, Ash, you've done the Lord's work.
That's actually kind of beautiful, in a way. You did what needed to be done. You did. You took one for the team.
I'm freaking Frodo taking the ring to Mordor.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
That's awesome.
But it's what's got to be done.
That's awesome.
And you're my Samwise because you're going to carry me
this month
through this episode.
This month, you were the hero of the podcast, bringing us bad movies and taking one for the team so everyone can hear me get mad about it.
By the way, I put ricin in your beer while I'm the.
That's great.
So
I actually love the taste of ricin. Yep.
It's that's a poison. It's not rice. It's not rice. It's different.
No! He did it, guys.
All right, let's get into the pros of this movie.
Yeah, let's do it.
The GOAT movie. I think one of the most amazing things about this film, is that for sure that wasn't Jeff Bridges. For sure, that was the bug creature from Men in Black 1 in a Jeff Bridges suit. He's screaming for sugar water. A man who is literally famous for his depiction of a cowboy in True Grit cannot do a cowboy accent.
How?
And his body seems to be distending in random directions every different time he's in a shot.
Let me tell you.
For sure it's not him.
Let me tell you what it is, Ash. Jeff Bridges didn't care. He didn't fucking care. They probably gave him $12 million just to be in this. Did you see how big the budget was? They probably gave him $20 million to be in this movie. And he's like, yeah, okay. Or like whatever voice he did. It was awful.
It was, but like, honestly, are you sure that was Jeff Bridges?
I can't be sure. I was so distraught and turned around by his horrible cowboy accent. How? How, man?
I will say another really, like, I thought it was very clever how they did like their avatars on Earth, where it was just like an Asian guy and a babe.
Yeah, I thought that was fun. That was probably the only like minute part of fun that
just
there
like
was.
An old Asian man with a banana shooting like monsters. Fucking great. I thought that was so clever. And then yeah, I thought that was pretty good, and everything else was also good, right?
It is interesting how that actually was kind of clever, but what I noticed is that the movie kind of became more about that at some points. Like, did you notice that? It became more about them. There were so many of those, like, cuts where it would cut back to them, and they would be, you know, the babe and the Asian dude. Like, that happened, like, a lot. It was more about them than it was... or the Asian character and the babe than it was the deados, which just looked awful on camera, so they probably wanted to cut to their really cheap actors that they hired. You know?
Yeah. I mean, you know what? I don't think that those guys were that cheap. You don't just get the salt shaker from Sherlock Gnomes for free.
What? So great. Oh man.
What, you don't like you've never seen Sherlock Gnomes?
I have never seen that, but I do want to say probably the only really like interesting thing that I enjoyed about this entire movie was looking at all of these decent actors, like legitimately decent actors, and seeing how bad of a movie this turned out being. The disparity is huge. There's just
watching them ruin their careers on screen.
It's like this talent gap that is like mind bending, you know? Like, it's like you have Jeff Bridges and Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon's good, you know? And then Ryan Reynolds all up here. And then how did they get blackmailed into being an R.I.P.D? And that question was more interesting to me than the entirety of the plot of the movie.
I would argue that Ryan Reynolds, this is an unpopular opinion.
All right.
Ryan Reynolds is only good as Deadpool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think you might be right.
Yeah,
but,
like for sure. Like X-Men Origins Wolverine, Green Lantern, Ted, the film Turbo, the one about the racing snails, A Million Ways to Die in the West. Yeah, no, this guy's not in good movies. Detective Pikachu, not good.
What I think legitimately...
Hobbs and Shaw.
What it is, right? This is what I think. I think that Ryan Reynolds isn't a very good actor, but he's pretty good looking. And
yeah, it's always what it is.
And also...
It's always like, yeah, they're pretty good looking, so I guess they're good.
I think that he's a funnier person than the roles that he's written to. And so I think when he's Deadpool, he just gets to kind of be Ryan Reynolds.
He gets to ad-lib.
Yeah, he gets to do his own thing, and I think that's the only reason he's good as Deadpool, is because he actually cares about Deadpool, and he actually just kind of is Deadpool. So it's like, it works well for him in that context. Everything else about him, when he tries to do serious roles, they're bad. When he tries to do like roles that are written for him to be funny, it doesn't really work as well. But with Deadpool, I feel like he kind of got to put more of his own personality into it. And also, he was pretty excited about the role itself. So he probably had drive to bring something to that role. Whereas every other time, probably didn't really care that much. Got a paycheck. Yeah, he's good looking, so he's
besides maybe Van Wilder, Party Liaison.
I've never seen that.
Oh, it's just, he's just the same guy in every movie. This movie was very Deadpool in a lot of ways, with like when they did the voiceovers.
Oh yeah, there was. I feel like in Deadpool it was kind of a joke.
Yeah.
In this movie literally starts with a, "You're probably wondering how I got here. That's a deado. Me." And then it goes on from there.
Yeah.
It's, you know how it goes. Fuck, man.
It's just like 40 minutes to like turn it back around. This movie's amazing.
It's not. It's fucking not.
How is this not one of Ryan Reynolds' top movies, or Jeff Bridges for that matter?
I think that those two are actively doing everything that they can to bury this movie. And that's why we've never heard of it. Probably when it came out that's what they were doing. It's just like, you can't fault the actors for the outcome of this, because half of the reason that the outcome of this movie was so bad is because of the CGI and everything that they couldn't see while they were filming it. Also, the script is bad. They should have noticed that too. Really, really predictable. Like, almost an interesting kind of cool concept. They're like ghost cops. Like, almost an interesting almost right there. If it had a better twist or something else to like give it oomph,
yeah,
it could have been okay.
I mean, granted, they did come up with one of the best names for an enemy probably ever, the Deado. The Deados, Ash. I'm so excited to play this video.
Yes, we're doing it. Oh my god, it's gonna be even worse than the movie too, which is just so exciting. I can't wait. I can't believe they made a video game after this. What the fuck? What the hell was everything related to the marketing about for this? Like, how? Just how? I can't fucking understand. But let's get into cons, because I am just so fucking ready.
Are you? Okay, I guess the con section is over. Let's get into our 5 words.
What?
Did you have something to say negative about this movie?
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Really?
Nice try there.
You got so legitimately confused there for a second.
I didn't. I'm ready. I was like, man, we aren't skipping over the cons.
Terminator mode.
Yeah.
He's like,
I'm ready to rip this apart. So I'm just gonna say right now that from beginning to end, there is not a single moment where I felt engaged in the story of this movie, where I felt that I was being amused, with the exception of like a brief second the first time that they showed that they were a babe and an Asian man. There wasn't a second.
Not even the cumin part?
I don't even remember that, man.
You didn't remember? Dude, that was a huge plot point you fucking missed.
Oh, the cumin. Dude, when they do the Indian food and it shows that they're
Yeah, and then like the fucking Deados keep doing like lines of cumin.
Oh yeah,
to turn into monsters, which is also what I do in the kitchen, ladies.
I thought watching Jeff Bridges eat was disgusting. I was like insulted by. I was like, why is this on screen?
It's another bad date.
Yeah.
To a 2013 movie.
Yeah, it's bad. And I dude, I don't even know what to say. Fucking disgusting. I was disgusted. And then like the CGI was the worst CGI I have ever seen in a legitimate movie.
You didn't like the jowl physics?
It was awful. They looked like unfinished. You know, remember when Avengers Endgame was like back in theaters, but there was like an unfinished scene in it with the Hulk and he looked like an Xbox 360 character? These characters looked like PS2 characters. This was horrible. So horrible. And I couldn't believe, how much money did this movie get? $130 million? Did they think that this was going to make money? Like,
it was based on like a fairly popular Dark Horse comic, and that's like maybe the third largest comic book, guys.
Yeah.
Well, I think what they did is they went, okay, Ryan Reynolds, tour de force acting in the Green Lantern, 2011. Yeah. Let's immediately get him into R.I.P.D.
Get him in there. See, you know what? I bet you the comic's fine. Because
I'm sure the comics is, dude. Because Dark Horse does great comics.
Because the thing is that like the concept wasn't inherently bad. The execution of it to a feature length film just fell so short. And what was like everything was wrong with this movie. The soundtrack was horrendous. It was unsettlingly like fast paced during the action scenes when. All it was just this awful 3D model jumping around on skyscrapers. It was so
Listen,
bad.
Avery, being a cop is pretty difficult business.
Yeah.
And you being uncomfortable from the music, and just even comparing that to the difficulty that our esteemed agents at the R.I.P.D. go through on a day-to-day basis makes you a bad guy.
Oh, yeah?
I respect our troops in the rest in peace department.
Yeah, man, it was just it was the horrible CG. It was just the lack of like a compelling enough plot. Cuz this plot was so copy paste. Like I knew from the beginning of the movie that Kevin Bacon was going to betray Ryan Reynolds. It's so obvious. Everything was obvious.
Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. Well, first of all,
That's
Kevin
who
Bacon
you hired.
Definitely plays a better villain. That's really obvious. But like, dude, it was just everything. Everything was like so predictable. It even ended with like them fighting over a thing that was shooting a blue laser into the sky. Like down to that.
I also almost did a fake movie title that was Suicide Squad.
This movie, it kind of like Suicide Squad a lot.
Yeah, the music was bad. Yeah. The CGI looked terrible.
Yeah. Were there licensed tracks in this? I can't remember. I think there was. I'm pretty sure.
I honestly, I think they brought in a production company that just composed bangers.
Yeah, bangers. I feel like when they brought in somebody to compose the score for this, they were like, it's an action movie. Just do like action movie songs, So
it's mostly produced by Christopher Beck, but then one song, T-Bone Burnett and Jeff Bridges.
Wait, Jeff Bridges co-produced? What?
No, he did a song. No, the production of the music.
Oh. Is it a different
by Jeff Bridges?
Is it a different Jeff Bridges? Like what? Oh my god!
Oh yeah, no, it's Jeff B. Bridges.
Yeah, the parallel universe Jeff Bridges when he got into hip hop production.
My name is Jeff Bridges, and I'm here to say
I'm gonna fuck this movie up in a major way.
I was the dude, that's me.
I wasn't sure if you're going to keep going with it. So...
I was the dude, you'll see. I was the dude, I'll ruin this entire movie. Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
Yo, DJ Khaled. That's horrible. All right. All right. I'm going to leave that in.
Just Cardi B's on it.
Yeah. Oh, my God. So, do you have any cons other than the horrible song that we just composed, which is definitely probably real?
Yeah, it's probably in this movie. No, I thought this movie was really good.
No, you fucking didn't, man.
No, legitimately, though, it is exactly the movie that the cops deserve.
What? What? What is that? I'm not sure what that means. I think you're trying to make a point. Okay. What?
Honestly, every time I call the R.I.P.D, they act like they're going to do something to help my family, and they don't. We got robbed by deados last week, and they didn't do shit.
No, that's pretty fucked
Fuck
up, man.
the R.I. police.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, no, this movie... Okay, this movie had, like, a lot of really good qualities, I think. I think that it is a movie that is... I think it's always beautiful when, like, successful actors take a movie that they never should have and some stupid-ass production company puts money in it. And I'm like, this is good. This is, you should waste your money.
Yeah.
You don't deserve your success. And I just think of, like, a guy in a suit at a bar in LA screaming at a waitress going, like, you know who I am? I fucking came up with R.I.P.D. And everyone's like, no one knows what you're talking about, dude. But I will say the one bad thing about this movie,
Okay.
I didn't find the on-screen chemistry between Ryan Reynolds and his wife to be that good.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
That's the
on-screen
only negative
chemistry
thing about this movie.
The on-screen chemistry with Jeff Bridges and Ryan Reynolds. They're supposed to be best friends. That wasn't good. They hated each other for 95% of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, they were supposed to be, like, arguing because, they're cops and they argue, like, this is my partner. They're supposed to be that dynamic. And they pushed it too far.
Yeah, I think it was also a bad move to not hire Zach Galifianakis.
I think he would have probably been better. He probably would have taken the movie a little more seriously than Jeff Bridges did, if I had to be honest.
Like, which is weird to say in that situation, but he definitely would have, like, fit in with it a little bit better. Also, this didn't have to take place in Boston. Why was it in Boston?
Weird choice, right?
Very weird.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds does not have a Boston accent.
Yeah.
If anything, he's like a Brooklyn guy.
Yeah. It's very, very strange that they decided that. I think Ryan Reynolds is just an LA guy.
No, he's from Vancouver.
Oh, really?
British Columbia.
Does he live there now? Or he probably lives in LA, right?
Who knows where anyone
It doesn't
lives,
matter.
man.
It's this.
But
Boston was a weird
live
choice.
At 222. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
I was gonna dox him.
Oh yeah, right. His address is. Shit. Yeah, man. I really don't fucking know. I'm almost at a loss. This movie's just bad. It's like, it seems like the production, they were like, well, we got all these names. We got Jeff Bridges. We got Ryan Reynolds. I think that they were like,
the girl from Weeds.
Yeah, they were probably like, there's no way this movie can do poorly, because for some reason, I think maybe this was a thing like in the past when like movies would succeed just because they had an actor's name attached to it. And that's just not really how it works anymore. Movies succeed when they're attached to a popular IP nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, it was like they were on the come up from like Marvel movies are starting to be on the come up.
Yeah.
You have Jeff Bridges, who was the Ironmonger, which is the stupidest villain in all of comic book movies, and then also another comic book guy in Ryan Reynolds, who'd been in 2 at that point, and like they tried to stick them together in another comic book IP and thought it would work,
and it just didn't. It's just so interesting. If I didn't know that this was a comic book IP before you told me, and I wouldn't have known that. It seemed like this was written originally for screen, because typically those original movies that like don't have a lot of source material, unless you got like the right people and you like bottle lightning, typically are like this. They typically just kind of fall flat. And maybe I'm speaking out of turn. That's not entirely true. There's been plenty of exceptions, but from what I can tell, it's just like, this doesn't seem to be really based off any source material. You're gonna tell me that like Kevin Bacon's character is a major character in a comic book? It just doesn't seem right. This feels like a bad movie. It doesn't feel like a fleshed out comic book. And I maybe that's a moot point, but I will say that this movie feels like it has nothing backing it up. Like it doesn't. It just seems like they shat it out, and they were like, "Here you go. This is what you wanted the whole time." And the fact that this cost $130 million is absurd to me. It doesn't look like it.
It famously flopped.
Yeah.
Like, this was a notable flop where, critically hated, commercially hated. I wonder what its Rotten Tomatoes score was.
It's 17, I think. 17%.
Do you just, are you some kind of weird fucking Rain Man where, anyone says a movie name and you can just be like, oh, yeah, they got a 27%.
13%. I was close.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the audience score is bad. The 38% for the audience. I mean, it's just bad. This movie's trash. Can we get into our 5 words and some ratings and wrap up the end of the episode here?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. You want to go first?
Bug humanoid deserves an Oscar. The bug
Excellent.
The bug humanoid who is wearing the Jeff Bridges suit in this movie deserves the Oscar for best Jeff Bridges impersonation in about 20% of the shots of Jeff Bridges in this movie. I am convinced that wasn't Jeff Bridges. There's no way. He just doesn't even look like Jeff Bridges in this movie. Absolutely insane. Weird. Insane. And that alone kept me glued to the fucking screen. Beyond that, I think that jowl physics have never quite been as extreme as in this movie. I think that there's no more brilliant move than having all of your enemies be disgusting monsters, but Kevin Bacon, he just kind of has a split in his head. I think that they made some really excellent choices with how they were going to pursue this movie comedically, action-wise, and I think they just... definitely wasted no money on the CGI. I think that they allocated it very evenly across the movie.
Yeah, okay.
It looked terrible the whole way through, and I think that they did that really fairly and beautifully. I really recommend you see this movie. This is a forgotten treasure of epic proportions. I'm pretty sure everyone who was in this movie is now dead. I can't confirm that.
I think you're right.
10 out of 10, perfect movie. This is the GOAT for sure.
Oh my god, dude. I hate you so much. All right. Well, great.
Give it to me.
My 5 words are: this movie made me barf. All of everything was horrible from beginning to end.
Did you watch this when you were drinking that one weekend? Because it might not have been the movie.
No.
Is my only concern.
I saw this after work 2 days ago. so I
think after we recorded, you watched it, and you kept sending me texts till 2 in the morning.
Yeah, it was horrendous. Just this was so extraordinarily terrible. Like almost no redeeming qualities. I think that never again does a scene with Jeff Bridges eating need to be on film like that. That was disgusting. It was disgusting and insulting and just the worst. I can't believe they got those actors. I honestly don't believe that they got those actors to play. I think you might be right with the bug humanoid thing. This just was absolutely... You did it, man. You did. You picked this. I think I hate this movie. I have fond memories of the other awful movies that you've picked in the past. This one is just soulless and vile and ugly, and it's just not worth anybody's time. Don't seek this out. Listen to everybody else who didn't go and see it in 2013 because they were right. You're on the right side of history if you haven't seen this. But yeah, it's fucking awful. I give this movie a 0 out of 10. Absolutely worthless. No entertaining value. Even the slight good things are weighed down so heavily by the disgusting rest of the movie.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Sorry.
I mean, it's just kind of insane, Avery.
Uh-huh.
This movie's averaged out to a 5 out of 10. I don't think that our listeners are going to be able to tell if it's good or
There's
not.
only 2 of us.
I think they should all, Yeah, no, I get what you're trying to say, Avery, and I respect your ability to do that math. But yeah, 5 out of 10. Who knows if this is good and whether or not
it's really just a coin toss.
Yeah.
God damn it. Well, all right, guys. Thank you so much for listening.
I want to be honest with you real quick, Avery. Yeah, it was actually not great.
Yeah, I know I know. Thank you guys so much for listening and putting up with us discussing this awful, horrendous piece of trash movie. We love you all so much, and catch us. I don't know. Next week we're watching The Tooth Fairy 2.
No, next week we're watching VHS 2.
Oh, that's right. Okay, cool. Yeah, you're gonna like that one a little bit, or not. I don't know. We'll see. so
those are all the options.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll see is kind of more yeah.
All right, so guys, we love you all so much. Goodbye.
Sugar water.